Hello, with this stream. I didn't realize my microphone wasn't tight. I think that's not enough. Welcome to the stream. Happy Thursday. Well, I'm not feeling too happy, but it's okay. I'm sure someone can relate. Right, Farzan? Sassy queen. Keep messing with it. I'm a little late because, you know, I thought things were gonna break again. But thankfully it didn't. That's nice. That's great. No, you're not. Sure is. I think it's breaking again. Signed out. Stream elements. Here. Strange that small aspect just log out. Anyway, you hate the fact that you need to still do chemistry and science or biology. Well, they fall under the same massive genre of science. What? Shouldn't it be... You hate the fact that you have to do chemistry and biology for science? I don't know how that was worded. Anyway, I think I'm tracking my time here. Pardon, I didn't set this up at all. So the idea today was to do some quick sketches. Quick as in like 10-minute sketches, then take a break, then do another 10-minute, then do another break. Have to set up the website to do the posing. You guys can't see because it's not safe for work. But I also need a separate timer because this, I don't know. I want to do a separate timer in here, but anything beyond 300 seconds just doesn't count for some reason. Whatever, it's not like that. That's how you study art. You have to study the human body. You can't really get a grand idea of what goes on, unfortunately. Alright. Do non-time limit, random, but I will set a timer anyway. Pose, all genders. Okay. Start the work process now. 10 minutes on my local timer, but you won't be able to hear it. I know the chat's going, but can't look at it at the moment. I'll check the chat once the timer goes off. About 6 minutes. It's going up here. There is one thing I would like to admit. I've been neglecting Quicksketch. Mostly because it's a habit I forgot that I should be building because I've been focusing on other things that have come up. I think it's understandable if something else comes up. You forget entirely of the new thing you want to do, or you have to forego it for some other reason. So I'm trying to build another habit of, well, doing quick sketches again, but making it more like a daily thing, a daily habit. I had to like figure out how to like incorporate it back into, well, incorporate it into my schedule to begin with. Because learning how to do a quick sketch helps you identify proportions, which is one of my major weaknesses. Because understanding the relationship between different parts of the body allows you to think on your feet and figure things out. And then you can become better at it, basically. It's not correct. Again, it's not. Oh man, 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes, and I'll greet everybody in the chat again. Gotta make a habit of playing this shit. I have time to put in her And time's up. It's not too bad. I think I made her waist a bit too. Let's see. Hello, Naughty and Meow. Welcome back. Always watching YouTube. Oh, Helio has it. So, Jimmy's here. Grim is here. Welcome to the stream, Grim. Yeah, basically. Also because I had a 10-minute sketch small break, but I'm getting a pinch in my shoulder here. I was drawing off stream, but I've been having a pinch in my shoulder and my wrists all week. So I think I'm just tightening up too much. What else is here? I'll never forget the first time you was in a live figure drawing class and how awkward it felt to be looking at me. At least there were 30 other people also. I remember the first time that happened too, when I was in my first live figure drawing class. And the thing is, like, it's the context of which everything is happening. Like, yeah, I signed up for this, obviously. Like, I should not be surprised at what I'm about to encounter. So I was just like, yep, it is what it is. This is where I'm sitting down to do. And like, we gotta be mature about it. We're all adults, and we just have to like stay calm and focus on what task is at hand. Those art classes can be wild sometimes. Yeah, especially when the model just chooses whatever the heck they want. I've been to a not recent. It was. I'm trying to think. I think it was in last summer. This past summer, I went to a live figure drawing class, but this time the model was clothed, which is fine. But she did a lot of poses that were just crazy foreshortening poses, which was not my forte. I was actually a bit annoyed by the way she was posing, but it was very impressive at her level of flexibility. How she can just sit in a chair in all these different acrobatic ways. Like, yeah, that's pretty cool, but for quick poses, I don't know how it would work. I don't know how you would translate a quick sketch, especially if you only have like a minute to draw it and foreshortening at the same time. I don't think I'm at that level yet. Welcome back, the back room level. Those drippers away. Oh, Healy for the guy you drew stuff today, you finally did. It was good the first time in forever. Fantastic! Congratulations. So we'll catch. Yeah, Healy Physics should be around tomorrow, hopefully. I'll also be here tomorrow. I don't know what time. I do want to make it an earlier time tomorrow. Hoping around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I'm not sure yet. I'm just hoping for that. Hello, LeMay. Also chubby and older people professors prefer them for light. I mean, I guess, but having muscular people is cool for light and shadow. It's actually the most preferred because you can see all the muscles and such. I understand that older people, they have a lot of shadows in their face because of all the wrinkles and gravity just pulling on their skin. But the same can go for chubby people. They don't really have wrinkles, but gravity is pulling on their skin in some regard. Okay, let's do another one. I didn't really set a break time, but another one. Okay, once again, 10 more minutes. It's not a full figure. It's the image cuts off at her knees. By the way, if you're ever interested in doing Quicksketch, whether on your own or in a class, I think practicing on your own should be a good idea. You should start with 1 hour by yourself. And it's not about the timer, it's about how slowly and how observant you can capture what you see. This is why your time interval should be... Well, I would recommend 3 poses at 7 minutes each, 4 poses at 5 minutes each, and then 7 poses at 3 minutes each. And the more you do it, the faster you get at it. Remember, you're not really fighting the clock. You're trying to capture as much detail as you can. There was one muscular guy, he brought his figure drawing from a classmate. Oh, cool. They mostly repeat this. So another problem I have is that I sometimes make the torso too long, which is why I need to draw a box pelvis as a means of telling myself, hey, stop right here. Bigger. Now it looks more accurate. So if you're wondering why I'm drawing all these stray lines, these are my comparative lines. It tells me what's the relationship between every part of the body. So for example, as I was measuring from the elbow is hitting her hip, and it's somewhat meeting the back of her head. And I do this with the bony parts of the body because it's easier to see. In fact, if I were to measure from the head, yeah, it should meet right there. And if I measure off the head again, I can find where the hand goes. With this arm, do the same thing here. Bounce the head. This tells me that hand is here. It's also okay to shortcut certain things, like what I'm doing right here. I just strike a line here and there, because everything can always be changed as long as you keep measuring. And again. Miss left. In the shadows. One other thing when it comes to Quicksketch, it's a sketch. You don't need to finish it. Just as long as you understand what you're looking for. It's more for you than for, the Instagram or wherever you want to post this. I think I chose the wrong thing for this part. No, this isn't shadow. What I did here is totally okay to do, especially if that's what you see. If If something is just covered in shadow, just block it out. Because it just makes sense. Also, it kind of looks cool. And there goes my timer. Also, I'm gonna do one more thing. So, be very careful. Another cool thing I saw is that if a part of the body shares a shadowy spot, you can just blend that together, or it becomes mindless, like that. So it's implied there's an arm there, but it still looks pretty accurate. I'm erasing this part because there is light. So. You're thinking of a good name for your comic at the moment? Ooh, progress. Mia. Hold on, did you even finalize the concept of your comic yet? Like, yeah, the concept story of your comic. Second. There we go. Okay, that was 20 minutes work. Maybe the boys instead of the boys. Oh yeah. Beats me, I drew a few scenes last week. And don't understand a single thing what's happening usually. That's not good. You need to have a basic concept of what your story's going to be. I think writing a story in a short form helps figuring out what your story is, because what it sounds like you're doing right now is that you're storyboarding, but you don't know what the story is. So you're creating scenes without much of a flow, which is very strange because that's how you create a sense of disjointed story. I'm pretty sure the art is amazing, but if there's no flow between one aspect and the other, how do you know what's happening? What would lead this moment to the next moment to the next moment to the next session? I never heard of someone try to storyboard without a story. That's all I'm saying. That's my main, I guess, critique of it, because that doesn't make too much sense to me. Small break. Art draws people in, the story makes them stay. Yeah, exactly. You can also have the inverse effect, where the story draws them in, but the art makes them stay. I know when it comes to manga specifically, that's what draws me in. If I hear the story, I'm like, okay, I'll give the story a chance. But if I see the art is amazing, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stick around for where this is gonna lead me. Which is sadly why I haven't given up on D Gray Man, even though it's been so long. That story's not gonna end very well. I can just feel it. But then there's like, let's say the anime Konosuba, where the art looks terrible, but the funny is so story you don't care. 1 second, I have to close my window. It's very cold in here now. Hello, I'm back. Good thing I closed the window because it started raining and I didn't realize. Okay. I'll put on a sweater as well. Storyboarding without a script, maybe work with comedies, improv. Yeah, that's true. Improv storyboarding sounds interesting. I think Jimmy wants to write an action story, action adventure. Pardon me, I'm setting up my timer again. Alright, starting now. I'm just drawing his ear. Wait. Yeah. Hey. It's okay. You can always shape. have a question for you guys. Have you ever watched someone draw something from a reference and they totally just cheat? Have you ever like seen that before? You can't say anything because like even though it's a little bit off, it still looks really good. And that's something that always kind of like bugged me. But then I realized the whole point of drawing is that you're not supposed to be copying things. You're supposed to just be observant. Just take what you see and exaggerate it. Or make it your own. You draw by watching others? Yes? Okay. But that's what I'm saying, like when you observe someone drawing from a reference. Seals aren't touching. Okay. You don't think you'll be drawing this though yet? No, I don't mean like from me. No, don't use me as an example. I mean someone else. Like someone who is way more skilled than I am, as an example. Gosh, I can't even think of someone as an example, to be honest. It needs to be a little bit bigger, I think. Do I have time for shadows? Oh. Ouch. You're a froggy and you called it froggy. You do catch things that are slightly off, but if it's stylistic and having a feel, you give it a pass. Yeah. I feel the same way, and yet there's still a part of me that doesn't really want to give it a pass. Also because of the whole idea of, driven home about accuracy. It's essentially like the idea of you're saying one thing, but you're showing us another aspect. You know what I mean? Shoot. I forgot his hands. But I'm not saying that they're wrong. It's just something that I've just noticed. I guess like it's I guess I kind of view it as like subconscious hypocrisy, but can't really call it being hypocritical because they're way more skilled. You give it a match, but you think you can save it. Wait, hold on. I'm a little behind, sorry. I have about like 50 seconds. I'm actually interested in what you guys have to say. The Gremlin Princess comics. Sorry, some of the anatomy are often you enjoy reading it. Your main focus is clarity and consistency. There you go. That's the thing. Clarity and consistency. But also, style, of course. So, it's true that we are willing to forgive certain aspects of something just for the sake of, as LeMay said, clarity and consistency, or style, or just appeal. Because, humans are flawed. And we often say things that are contradictory, but it's okay as long as we get something else out of it. See, even now, like, I should be taking a break, but I'm not. I'm actually still working on this. Trying to make it look better, but I should stop. I think after the 10 minutes, hold on. So it's been 30 minutes right now. 30 minutes of drawing, based off what I've done so far. I want to do 3 more. No, doing 3 more is not useless. I'm going to do 1 more 10-minute, and then I'm going to drop the time by half. No, I'm going to drop the time to 3 minutes. So 2-minute 10s, and then... Sorry, 2 more 10 poses, and then I'm going to drop it to 3 minutes. Because I realize that if I have to draw in a shorter time frame, I have to draw smaller. And that's something I often have difficulty with because I tend to elongate my sketches. Next. Again, ready, set, and... When are you going to do a 30-second sketch? I mean, I can try. Haven't tried in... How about after this one and the next one, I'm gonna try a 30 seconds. The thing about 30 seconds is that, well, you can only, like, draw, like, several shapes at a time. I guess that would be a good test run if I were able to draw a really nice looking 30-second sketch. I already realize I messed this one up. that side and continue. Plenty of time. realized I made him a bit thin. A bit chunkier. Yeah, I guess he is twisting towards us. Come back, Jimmy. I ran this off the page, but that's okay. Like, that's it. 10 minutes. I think I will say that I made his head still. It's okay. That's the problems we'll run into making things too big or too small. Speaking of which, I have to move some stuff around, so I'm gonna take a break, move it around. That fits nicely on the page. One more, and then for LeMay's request, I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to do 30-second sketches. How I do. You want to flesh out more of the background. Flesh out more of the backgrounds. Some of these characters that could take a while. If you're curious, has anyone done a comic recently? Recently? No. Not here, not me. The thing is, if I were to make a comic, I would focus on the writing first. I would establish my characters, what their personality is, and then what's their relationship with other people, place of origin, what's their skill set, what's their power set, place of origin if that's important, what languages can they speak, how fluent can they speak, because sometimes that matters. You know, there's people who have accents. And then you work on what they look like, and everything else follows suit. Now, recently, a while ago, you will write a comic once you are done with your light novel. There you go. See, LeMay is writing a light novel, so already, if you can visualize things in your head through your words, then you're already halfway through your comic. Okay, last 10-minute drawing starting now. Not even publishing. There's such a thing as self-publishing. But yeah, it's not done yet. It's still cooking. Oh my gosh. Sucks. showing up an apple. I have no idea why. Those would meet. Comes to Quicksketch, I'm not really good at drawing. Do my best, but still not good. Okay. I'd say that's not so bad. For 10-minute poses. I'm gonna shrink that kind of big. Let's try the 30-second one. Oh, I also need a small break to use the restroom. BRB. I'll read the chat when I come back. I'm back. Hey, I want to catch up with you guys. Nothing like staring at a blank page for a few minutes and looking up to see your brother walking and now wondering you're okay. Sorry, I'll just leave that up for you guys. May says Angels of the Renaissance recently published his graphic novel, streams process. Huh. Interesting. There's also Masonimus, who does comics. He writes thumbnails and then draws his comics. You also have to worry about panel flow and word balloon placement. You do amazing work. I'm gonna look up both of them on the Let's take a small break again. Do I have the right person? Recently published. Yeah, Angels of the Renaissance. I don't see any streams, and whatever videos they have was the last one was from 4 years ago. And then you said Mason. Post was 3 days ago. It looks like he deleted them. Why? I'm not sure. Website is still up. Oh wow, the comic book looks like I'm sorry, the comic book cover reminds me of oh my gosh, why is the name escaping me now? I guess it's like a blend of Final Fantasy VIII and a little bit of Bravely Default. Let's see. Undergod is a dark fantasy horror fiction. Whoa. So there's preview panels, and the detail is almost on par with Vagabond, which is pretty promising, but you gotta be careful with putting that level of detail in your manga, because that can lead to burnout, and it makes you want to quit, just like the author of Vagabond. Chris Mason has some videos. It's like Mason Anonymous is doing game development. What's up, Chris? I don't know. He's an animator? Does some art. Excuse me. There's a few of these I do want to watch from Chris Mason. So I'm going to be listening to this. While I do the don't worry, I didn't forget the 30-second sketch, quick sketch. So, blank page again. I'm going to be listening to this one that seems the most relatable to me. why you can't complete your project. I also want to listen to artists seriously need to stop this. As well as how to be a better artist. Okay. So that's gonna be the 3 I'm gonna be listening to as I'm drawing these 30-second sketches. Oh, hold on. I just realized that I can't hear him. So I'll just listen to him afterwards. Anyway, I gotta set my timer up. 30 seconds. Set my canvas up. "30 seconds starting now." Oh, that's it. 30 seconds. That's not bad, actually. Almost. I mean, you can basically tell what's happening. Alright, that's one. Do another one. Actually, maybe I should just shrink this a bit more. Here. 30 seconds again, starting now. You know, this isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Because I am capturing the rhythm of the pose. Yeah, granted it is stick figures, but that's essentially what I have time for. I only have time for stick figures. But I'm able to understand what I'm seeing very quickly. Granted, I'm not making enough space. These realistically proportioned, but that's okay. Move on. Captures the essence of the pose. Yep, that's it. As long as you can understand what's happening, even with the limited amount of lines I give you, that's the most important part. Alright, let's start another one. This should have been more fast. Not really a straight. I mean, her body is straight on, but it's actually curving more towards the right. Let's make another one. Let's make another one, so I guess all four would be a total of 2 minutes. One more, and then I want to try a. Actually, how much time do I have left? Yeah, I do have I have plenty of time left. So I want to do one more, and then I want to do 3 minutes. No, not 3 minutes. 1 minute. Okay, that's 2 minutes worth of 30. 2 minutes worth of sketching. Down. I think there would have been a time where I would have hated these because they're so short. Oh shoot. 2 minutes. Second, I have to redo my timer. Sketching is like your least favorite thing to do. I don't know why. You have a love-hate relationship with art. You love art, but it hates you. Same. It's very hard to convey what's in your head elegantly on the page. But that's what practice is for. You did your profile pic. That looks freaking amazing. Wait, did I Soul? Welcome to the stream, Soul. I'm gonna start the 1 minute quick sketches. Starting right now. That was really disturbing. Oh, we're cheating here. let's do 3 more. Cool. That's the first person who spelt your name right. Just that amazing. Also, we are artists. We make our own language. Suppose looks interesting. 1 more minute starting now. Every time you get art block, I feel like there's a blank canvas that's just cussing me out, bro. Or at least yelling at me. I stared at this page until the thing blinked. Then the page made a mess out of my character design. And how to defeat art block? I think maybe doing a mind map would help. Typically, art block stems from the fact that you can't think of what to draw. So maybe just writing down what you want to draw will help. I think, I wonder if I have it here. So this is what's called a mind map. So if you straight up don't know what to draw, I would highly recommend doing a mind map, because you can just flesh out what you want to do with words, and then when you do that, you can just create whatever the heck you want. And the reason why I did this was to help me figure out how to draw something else. I guess I'm gonna find it. Did I draw her recently? I was working on her a while ago. Here it is. Get that art block and throw it. Don't throw it my way though. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, you can take my mind map idea, because this is. Thank you so much for the free article, so you can make promises. This is how I wind up making this character. Just from writing down what I want her to sort of be or look like. Of course, this is still a work in progress. I'm still fleshing out her design. But yeah, I'm still cleaning up stuff. I'm still changing things. I'm kind of painting over this. I don't think this will be like my final design. I still think I want to make more changes to her. But I drew this on a whim because I saw this figure that was, I saw this anime figure that it was a maid carrying a stack of books, and that inspired me to draw this pose. But I didn't want to draw the maid, I wanted to draw something else. I just made up a scholar. And that's it. So whenever art block hits you, you should just write down what you want to do. Because I think it focuses your mind on something else rather than on the task at hand. When you distract your brain, it can actually work in your favor. What was I doing? Alright, more 1 minute sketches. Be right back. Okay. Yeah, one more. Then I'm gonna do one more. They're gonna do some 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna have to be done with the stream because I want to do 3 minutes until the end of the stream. That's it for all of the 1 minute ones. Reset my timer here. Okay. 3 minutes starting now. unfortunately, can't really see what the hip is doing. He's wearing pants. I'm making a guess here. Yeah. Take a moment to look at this, actually. It gets a little mysterious around here. Sketch guy is more flexible and stronger than me, and you're get tired after taking 2 steps, and this guy can do a one-hand stand. He is pretty acrobatic. I know there's a lot of even though he's wearing pants, I know there's a lot of like creasing here around the hips. I'm trying to visualize how that's supposed to be, but I don't want to rotate my canvas. That's pretty pathetic. Very fun. I hyperextended this foot. Well, that's long. Continuous session. Right, this is gonna be the last 3 minutes. I realize what time it is, and I have to like go at around 6. Right, here we go. Final sketch starting now. Well, time is up. Genuinely surprised I was able to get this whole pose. Because I realized I made his ribcage really short. Ribcage should actually be like, a little bit longer. That way everything else can make sense, but usually 3 minutes is where I really screw up. But it seems I actually do understand what I'm looking at and the relations in which I see them in. By which I mean I can naturally see this, this, this. And the thing is, I just didn't realize it. It's just subconscious. It used to be like I just couldn't see these things. So it seems like my studying is paying off. Gosh. Anyway, folks, it's now 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is the end of the stream. With that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me in the chat. Before I sign off, I like to say that I usually don't stream on Fridays, but I will tomorrow. It's going to be a makeup day for Tuesday, which I skipped unintentionally. So I'll be streaming again tomorrow. Thing is, I don't know what time. I am leaning towards 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just have to see how things go tomorrow to give you an actual time. I will announce the stream time tomorrow on my community tab. So just be sure to look out for that. That being said, thanks for joining me. Take care and stay safe.